Fringe theory is based around the genre and trope of various horror and thriller media. Please view the episode description for a full list of content warnings. Thank you.
Citizens of Fringewater, I know these past few months things haven't been quite as sleepy as one would want from our sleepy shoreside town. Strife is around every corner in our community. But as the mayor and leader of this community, I would like to say some things are worth fighting for. If you want to possess that normal life you desire, then fight for it. Gnash your teeth and get your hands dirty. Don't let anyone stand in your way. I would do just about anything for this community. For you, my friends and colleagues. Now, let us all join together and have a wonderful harvest festival.
Hello and welcome to the Bones and Story podcast. My name is Nick, I also go by Flux, and today we are going to be continuing our playthrough of Monster of the Week by Michael Sands. Joining me today, it's Fiona.
Hi, my internet's out right now, so through this entire session, I have my phone connected through a hotspot to my computer.
Fiona's calling in. We got Sammi.
Hi, I'm Sammi, and you should play Fear and Hunger 2 Termina.
God, Fear and Hunger has been a really good inspiration, tone-wise. I think both for, this season and, if we do another season, I feel like it'll also be a big one. Valentine's also here.
Yeah, was I not supposed to be? The way that you phrased that sounded a little accusatory.
Please be here. You, of all people, need to be here for this upcoming hunt.
It's okay. I can leave.
I think what we have planned for this hunt's going to be awkward if you aren't here. We also got Perry.
It is a 2001 action spy film, comedy produced, written, acted. Fuck.
Yeah. You wanna. That's the only take you get.
You want to give that one another go?
I didn't even hear the title of the movie.
Whatever,
No, that was your one take. So, we've already kind of set up from the last episode what this hunt is going to be. Hallow, you got that book from, I believe it was Price who gave you that, Fae Grimoire? The younger Price from the other side of the town?
Yes.
And within that, I think we set up that there was a spell to bring you directly there, back to the Fae realm, back to your original home.
Let's fucking go, boys.
And that is, I think, where we are going to begin, is this establishing shot on this beach with you and Jean just drawing this magic circle very carefully in the sands.
Mm-hmm.
And the other three hunters are obviously going to be here for this hunt too. You know, it'd be pretty funny if I brought you guys here on hunt and then I just told you, yeah, no, this is a solo session.
Yeah, you guys are here as spectators.
With a peanut gallery.
We've got, a B plot that has nothing to do with the A plot, but will, combine into it at the very end.
I'm very curious here, Hallow. How did you pitch this to the other hunters to get them to, come along with you?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure how she pitched it. But she probably showed them the book. And showed them, the Fae Realm spell. And she probably asked if they wanted to come with her. I think she said that she was going, and she gave them the option to come with her.
Okay. Because this is something that you wanted to do.
Yes.
Both Hallow in character and also you, Valentine, the player, wanted to do this too.
Mm-hmm.
And just by virtue of this hunt happening, all three of you said yes. If you say no, I'll kick you from the call.
Well, you see, why would Neville ever say no to Hallow?
Oh, true.
A beautiful, deadly woman asks him to go to another dimension with her? Absolutely, queen.
Neville said yes, thinking it was a date, and he showed up and Jean was standing there.
Neville's gonna spend the hunt in, like, a full suit.
Stop.
He's got a bouquet of
I don't
roses.
think Neville owns that.
He stole that
Neville's-
from Midas.
Yeah, stole it, took it right out of his fucking closet.
Speaking of
God.
which, Fiona,
Oh yeah,
what does Midas's tie look like today?
Oh, fuck, I forgot!
you stole my question.
Damn. You should have asked it sooner.
Oh, I remember the bit that I had pre-prepared. It is a tie that says, my other tie is a tie, and the second tie part is very clearly cut out of a different tie and stitched onto this one.
Fuck
As if it
yes.
said something else underneath originally.
Was that like a homemade project? Or did it come like that?
We don't know.
Ah, a little bit of ambiguity in this mystery show.
Yes.
The mysteries of Midas Gold.
Some mysteries are not meant to be solved, Flux.
The Many Mysteries of Midas Gold. Next episode.
Fuck, that's a good title!
Too bad this show isn't
Damn.
about him.
To them, we already did the Midas session. Ah!
Yep, I've only been paid up to the hour, so Midas is just gonna disappear from this hunt in a little while.
I think as this circle is getting completed, and I presume the other three of you are just doing fuck all standing there watching this.
I'm hanging upside down off the dock.
Nice.
Neville is prepping
Wait.
his gun.
Wait, hold on. Hanging upside down off the dock, are you just like waterboarding yourself? Docks aren't that high up.
If the dock is enough that it can be gone under to have a hovel,
I see. Okay, yeah. No, that makes more sense now, sorry.
then it is high enough that Millie can do this without waterboarding herself. She would do that.
Millie's on the end of the dock doing pull-ups.
Yeah, I forgot this was like a dried out part of the shore, but yeah.
Midas is playing cards with himself.
Now, with himself, or is he playing cards with,
Selenis.
Yes, yeah, so he and Selenis are playing poker.
Okay. I think as this circle is getting completed, Hallow, I think Jean just says, "Well, I hope you know I'm coming with you as well."
I expected you to.
I just wanted to be clear. I know you have your friends, but you know, another Unseelie such as myself would be, I'm sure, quite the help. I also would like to return, as I would have a lot less of a chance of withering myself up from not feeding there. Not to worry, though, I will be completely in glamour.
Neville is just kind of glaring at him from a distance. Who the fuck is this guy?
They won't even know a thing.
Neville's like, wow, that guy's really pretty.
Oh, are you jealous, Neville?
Yeah, Neville's jealous.
Whatever.
Jean notices you glaring, and he just kind of, like, hooks a hand around Hallow's hip a little bit.
Wow!
God!
Okay.
Okay.
He thinks you being jealous is funny.
Wow.
It is funny, though. That's the thing.
I think Hallow stares at his hand for a minute.
All right, everyone, come on in. We're about to do the spell.
The Flux, before we go in,
Uh-huh.
points at me, points at Fiona.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Points at Perry, points at me.
Those rolls will happen at the same time as being, like, transported in my head.
Oh, fancy.
Fancy schmancy. Theo, you're up first with your premonitions.
Okay.
The first roll of the game.
I love having the first roll of every... Fuck, yes!
Woo!
4 and
Oh
a
my
4
God,
and a 2 is a 10.
I'm on a fucking streak with these!
Let's fucking go.
Gamer.
You're in sync with Selenis ever since that last hunt.
We fucking locked in. Ignore the amount of failures I had last hunt.
Gay rights.
Are they gay?
I don't.
No, hold
I
on,
don't
what did you-
know?
Valentine, what did you mean by that?
Are they gay?
Haven't we been making this joke the entire season?
Is he gay?
Midas, are you gay for your shadow self?
I don't fucking know.
Say
That's
yes,
a
Fiona.
That's a loaded question.
Yes to the dress.
I don't think he's had time to discover that yet.
Well, anyways, what happens on a 10 for this move again?
On a 10 plus, you get a detailed vision of something bad that is yet to happen. You take +1 forward to prevent it coming true, and mark experience if you stop it.
So I think what this looks like, right, is this image that is kind of like very, this is on the TV that you know is like that weird dimensional TV from the Midnight Mirage.
Yes.
And what you see is a fuzzy yet ornate, what kind of looks like a room in a castle, in a palace. I think palace makes more sense. It's more ornate. Castle's a bit too medieval for what this is. This is a palace. And in a glass box, you see a figure that kind of looks like Hallow if Hallow was fully human. Because, Hallow's got the claws and the antlers on now. This is like Hallow but fully human. No claws, no antlers, no, Glasgow scars.
Mm-hmm.
And she is in a funeral pose. Arms crossed over her. In her hands is a, deep purple, blackish-looking dagger.
Oh.
Mm.
And on that sort of, glass casket, you see a figure with the head of a deer skull just, weeping. He's kind of, hunched over it, his face pressed to the glass, and you can hear him weeping. And you can probably tell from context clues that the woman in the glass box is dead.
Oh my.
Great!
That's not good.
Your goal is to prevent this death by twilight.
Good God.
Great.
Perry's turn!
Hey Perry, it's your turn.
Oh boy, I love to roll the dice.
Can you reread me this move, please?
It's connect the dots. At the beginning of each mystery, if you look for the wider patterns that current events might be part of, roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, hold 3. On a 7 to 9, hold 1. Spend your hold during the mystery to ask the keeper any of the following questions, and I'll leave the questions out for now.
Alright, give me the roll. Oh.
Oh, wow. Fucking...
You got snake eyes.
Perry's never gonna successfully pull off this move, huh?
Stands up,
No, it's...
walks away, never returns, never comes back.
Fucking snake eyes, dude!
No. Don't you wanna know what happens on a miss? Because I've got a hard move for you.
Oh.
Do you know what I think this is? I think you're going to fuck this ritual up. I think you're going to fuck this ritual up slightly because you're a petty little asshole and you don't like Jean and Hallow being together. Don't let me write your character for you. Is that a reasonable?
Yeah, no, he's just gonna kick some sand or something over the edge of the ritual markings.
Yeah, you kick it slightly just out of a young love tantrum, and
Oh no.
instead of a normal zooping therein, I think you are all placed in the middle of a forest.
Great.
What does this forest look like? This forest almost looks like it's made out of, glass? Or maybe crystals?
Mm-hmm.
Everything's very, reflective and sharp. You see these kind of, prismatic, diamonds for leaves along these, very thick, opaque trunks. It almost kind of looks like a, this is kind of a contrast, but it almost kind of looks like a disco with the way that, the lights from a sun, ? Are glaring down at it and being refracted off of these leaves. And Jean just says, well, that's not where I was trying to put us.
Way to fuck it up, man.
Way to fuck it up, man.
Do you say that in character?
Yeah.
Jean just kind of turns to you, with a sour face and is like, oh, and what do you know about magic?
Neville steps behind Millie.
Fucking coward over here.
Millie kind of rolls her eyes and pats Neville on the head. All right, we're not gonna get anywhere if we keep snipping at each other. Come on.
At your feet, there's just 4 aces that were clearly up Midas's sleeve a moment ago.
Why did you bring 4 ace cards?
You can run them as a 10 or a... Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of blackjack. Fuck!
What?
He was playing poker with Silenus.
Oh, right.
This is a continuation of a previous bit. I was thinking of the wrong game. Blackjack is where you want aces.
Yeah, so he was
Should've had
cheating, but he
kings.
wasn't even cheating the right way.
I mean, if it's poker, you can get aces high. Anyways, I think what happens as you guys are kind of bickering amongst yourselves is that you hear the sound of footsteps coming through the woods. Woods in quotation marks. And before you even see them, you hear a voice that says, "Halt! Strangers! Identify yourselves!" Coming into frame is two, like, kind of like guards/soldiers. They've got kind of like human skulls for heads, with like, somewhere between plate and leather mail, if iron and leather even exist, in the same way that you know them. And they have spears. And they have asked you to identify yourselves.
The name's Midas Gold. Pleasure to be meeting you.
Does anyone else say anything?
Neville is like, oh, wait, no. I'm
Don't.
humongous.
They didn't ask for your name.
But you gave your name.
It's not my actual name.
Humans. They kind of get closer, but you can tell that they don't have, like, malicious or violent intent.
Like sniffing me like a dog.
Oh, you certainly reek of the mortal coil. How did you get here? And they pass by Jean, because Jean is, like, fully up in his glamour. But they stop at you, Hallow. And they just say, hold on, you. You're not human. Who are you? Identify yourself.
I'm part of the Venison family.
You can imagine that if they had eyes, they would widen a little bit. The Venisons? My lady, what are you doing out here? It's not safe in these woods.
I was visiting the human realm.
Right, well, I understand. It's still not safe in these woods. We can escort you back to the summer court if you would just follow us.
She turns to look at the rest of them.
Your wards can follow you along too.
I would hope so.
Okay. I guess she follows. This is the point, right? She wants to know more.
Okay. Everyone's following along too, then?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I have no reason not to.
I think after a little bit of walking in the woods, it eventually clears to, like, a kind of bright field. Everything kind of looks dry. This is apparently the summer court, as opposed to the winter court. The summer court is where the Unseelie fae reside.
The spring court, too?
Well, we're kind of playing fast and loose with the fairy rules here. I don't really want to get bogged down by, like, specific lore, which also means that, like, I'm going to be saying some things and introducing some characters. I don't want to hear from any of you or any of the listeners of, like, oh, well, it's not like that in Midsummer's Night Dream.
Oh, I wanted to make a joke. There's the autumn court, but there is also the fall court.
What's the fall court?
It's the exact same, but they swear they're not. Actually, no, the autumn court is British, the fall court is American.
I think you're led to this palace. There's, like, a main palace and sort of like a town, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Village?
No, not Bailey. There's a Bailey in the walls around the palace.
Okay.
Just with, like, you know, some maybe not super aristocratic, but, like, you know, some decently well-off fae. But you're not in the village right now. I said village. You're not in the Bailey right now. You are going into the palace. Help me out here, Valentine. What do you think the inside of this palace looks like? Like, aesthetic-wise.
Oh god, you're turning the decision on me, huh? I think this is the summer palace, right?
Yes, this is the summer court that you are in
Summer
currently.
court. Okay. First and foremost, I think that everything has sort of like a warm glow around it. As if there's light and, like, warmth emanating from the walls, even if you don't see any, like, things that would be a source of it, like no fire or anything like that. I also think that the walls are embedded with, like, warm-toned gems, like rubies and topaz and citrine.
Emeralds?
Citrine.
Citrine, okay.
Emeralds are green.
I always forget if green is warm or cool.
Cool.
Huh.
So in general, it kind of exudes like this like warmth of the sun. Everything is just like cast in the glow of a sunset.
And I think for everyone except you, it might also be like a little bit fuzzy.
Yes, like a dream.
Because everyone else here are mortals except for, Jean. Yeah, it's like in a dream.
Yeah, like the film that you get when you're dreaming.
It's kind of like if you turned the motion blur up a bit too far on like a movie or game.
Yeah.
This entire world looks like your grandparents' TV.
Yeah.
And I think the two guardsmen that have escorted you here are just like, I will get the patriarch of the Venison family. Stay right here. Apparently your dad is here.
Oh God, my
It's
father.
Daddy.
And the five of you are alone in this entrance hall of this palace. What do you guys do?
First and foremost, Hallow turns to all of them and very sternly says, "Do not tell anyone here what your name is. Come up with a fake one if you must."
Already did.
I think Jean just looks at you and says, that won't be a problem. Don't worry.
Won't be a problem. What do you mean?
It means I know how to follow instructions.
I mean, am I good to just use my own name? Like I wouldn't mind if they took it.
Hallow tilts her head.
Like my legal name.
Even if you do not use it, it still gives them control over you.
Right. God, that is irritating.
Anything else before we move on?
Jean, I actually have a question for you, if you don't mind.
How do you?
Yeah, it's kind of been bugging me the tiniest bit. What kind of fae exactly are you?
He just kind of blinks and stares at you, tilts his head a little bit.
Because it might be relevant information for us to have.
A kind of fae that means you no harm.
The fuck does that mean?
I don't think I have to tell you this, but it's very obvious he's, like, trying to be dishonest with you.
Yeah, no, Midas can tell that. I didn't need you to proc the move for me to know he's not being truthful.
Okay.
Gregory the liar is lying to you.
Well, actually, I think he does genuinely mean you no harm at this moment, so...
You're dodging the question there, man.
I am well enough aware that I am dodging the question. Forgive me if this sounds rude, but I know what you are. What you are is a slayer. I'm not so moronic that I would just up and tell you.
Jean, I have no reason to kill you unless you're actively, gonna cause an issue.
And I intend not to cause an issue. He gives you a little smile.
Neville is confused. Are they flirting?
Alright, man. Fine.
I think it's at this moment, Hallow, that a door in this sort of main entrance hall opens, and I think it gets so quiet you could probably hear a pin drop.
Okay.
In front of you is this, like, tall figure with a deer's skull, its antlers, like, twisting and spiraling up into the sky.
Okay.
He's got this, like, green cloak on with, like, a white fur around the neck, and the cloak is just, like, covered with, like, different, like, badges and medals. And I think he has gemstones in the eyes where the eye holes of this skull should be, of this deer's skull.
Okay.
Two things. One, Midas, I think you can tell that this was the person weeping in your premonition.
Oh no.
And two, Hallow, I think you can immediately tell that this is your father.
Great.
What do you do?
Hallow, I don't think she says anything.
You hear like a click clacking on the hard floor as it just rushes up towards you and is like, oh my god. What are you doing here?
She doesn't, she doesn't say anything. She chokes on her words a little bit.
He kind of like goes to grab your wrist, not to like drag you, but just to like pick up your hand with both of his. Do you let him touch you?
I guess she has no choice.
Oh, you could bite him.
She's not going to do that.
He's not really made of skin and organs. He probably has blue blood inside him, but a lot of like my thinking of the sort of like overarching themings for the Summer Court is kind of like bones and dryness.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he says, I would recognize you anywhere.
You would?
I just did, didn't I? Listen. You've come at an incredibly, I'm going to be honest with you, inopportune time. Inner chamber, we cannot be staying in this hall. Something very bad is happening.
All right. Hallow follows.
Are all of you following Hallow?
No.
No.
No!
No?
My natural desire to wander off in a new setting
Oh god.
has
No.
overtaken me.
Midas said, she can handle it, and walked away.
I need to look around.
Midas Daddy Issues Gold didn't want to be there for this.
Yeah, as it
Okay.
would turn out. Don't tell them my full name!
So who is following Hallow then?
Millie will go with her.
Yay!
And Neville is going to be following Midas. He sees Midas start to fuck off, and it's like, huh, where's he going?
Okay, 2 and 2. All right.
Great.
So Midas, were you going like elsewhere in the palace? Were you like heading out into the Bailey?
Yeah, kind of wandering in the palace a little bit.
Okay. I think as you kind of wander, when do you notice Neville also started following you?
Maybe, like, after a few minutes, he just... You know that, like, that gif from The Office where he fucking turns around
Yeah.
and is like, huh!
Yes.
Oh, Neville, I didn't even realize you followed me. Good God.
You started wandering off inside a weird fairy palace. I feel like somebody should have either stopped you or come with you.
Neville, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know where the bathroom is in this place. And I don't even know where to begin looking.
Oh
You
god.
didn't go before we left? I did?
didn't... I had a stacked hand.
I think as you guys are kind of like shenaniganing, you see some more shoulders walking down the hall.
Quick, hide behind this Midas and Neville-shaped vase.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we, like, do
No.
the fucking...
No. I think they've seen you, but they don't mean you any harm, like, immediately. They're just like, human visitors. Are you lost?
This happens often?
Do you guys have a bathroom? So, an equivalent to one? A hole that you don't particularly care for?
Human visitors to the summer court especially are not very common, but, you know, we do have something for when they do show up. Follow me.
Okay.
They're gonna put you guys in the
Alright.
fucking brig.
That'd be funny, but no. I think what he says as you guys are walking is like, forgive the more heightened military presence here. I know you guys must be very big deals if you're humans visiting the summer courts, but, well, with war on the horizon, you know, we have to keep ourselves prepared.
War?
More?
Or?
Oh, you guys haven't seen?
No, I've been here for all of 10 minutes.
A legion from the Winter Court is likely on its way.
Oh,
Oh.
That's bad.
that doesn't
That's
sound
bad,
very good. Why are they on the way?
Politics more than anything.
I'm never much of a politics guy.
We didn't have politics at the compound.
You very much did. Neville, I don't think you realize just how much politics there were at that compound.
Would you like me to give you, like, the short version?
Go ahead. I'm plenty intelligent.
Well, there was a masquerade ball, or I guess you could call it a glamour ball, you know, a long while ago. I know time for humans works a little strangely, so I'll try and keep it simple. It was a while ago. And, an Unseelie aristocrat assassinated a Seelie aristocrat.
Oh. Oh, God.
And so the Summer Court proceeded to mount an attack on that house in the Winter Court. Things didn't go very well, and now the Winter Court is very outraged and are planning a, well, probably this won't immediately escalate to a full-on assault, but maybe try not to leave the Bailey. I'm sure there's advanced troops out there somewhere.
God,
Oh.
an assassination? Like, why?
Politics, most likely. I'm just a soldier. I try not to pretend to understand.
Good God. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know, chat.
I wish I didn't know, Chad.
Here it is. The restroom. The one singular restroom we have in this entire palace.
It's an outhouse.
No, it's a normal bathroom.
Man, you know what? It's better that I like do it now, so that I'm not like looking for this in a couple hours. Because like the worst of it is when you really gotta go. Right now, I'm
You
only
just
like
go. Stop explaining it.
fine.
Do we want to switch over to Hallow and Millie now?
Yeah.
Hallow, do you say anything to this figure that is very clearly your dad as you're walking through the halls? Or does Millie want to say anything?
I'll give Sammi the floor first.
Yeah, Millie, you don't know this guy. He's just like a weird little guy.
So, pardon my human manners, but you some kind of big shot guy?
I love her.
He just kind of slows down and looks towards you and is like, well, we aren't nobility, but we are decently high up. I guess in human terms you could call me something of a duke or baron?
Oh my god, he's a duke.
Aristocracy.
My father's a duke.
Shit, that's more than I could ever imagine being. Cool.
I don't know how much emotional intelligence you have, Millie. You can tell that, like, there's a tension in the air you could cut with a knife.
Millie's trying to lighten the mood.
She really is.
Hallow speaks up now. You said you know who I am.
I would recognize you anywhere, and... oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Oh. She wasn't expecting an apology. You're sorry?
Everything happened so fast. Yes, I am sorry. He kind of, like, collects himself.
Oh. Hallow is looking at Jean like she was not expecting this.
Jean is keeping in the back. He is keeping himself as, like, incognito as possible. He just kind of, like, whispers to you as, like, I didn't know we'd be going to the Unseelie court.
Where did you think we would be going?
I don't know, but not the summer court.
Well, we're in the summer court. Is that bad?
I can handle it. I think, your father, who, I'll just say the name right here, his name is, Latismus.
Latismus. Okay.
His name is Latismus Venison, and he just says, what are you three whispering about?
They're just putting up with my human bullshit, that's all.
I really do wish that you could have come at a better time, little Venison.
I didn't think I would be able to come back.
To be quite honest with you, I didn't either.
Why is it such an unfortunate time?
The summer court is on the precipice of war with the winter court, and I believe that, considering their current campaign has gone so well, my land, which is decently close here to the courts, might be next. I'm afraid to say that I might not be Duke for much longer.
I can't remember. Did Jean tell her that he caused a war, or did she just know that he, slept with her double?
Jean told you that he slept with her double and accidentally poisoned her?
Yes.
He didn't know it would lead to this. This is news for him, too.
Okay, in that case...
His eyes are... You look back and his eyes are, wide.
It's like
Sounds like
shit.
Millie has no idea what's going on. She's just admiring Latismus's cool face.
He does have a pretty cool face.
Millie's just like, this is just sick.
God, I wish I could get anything even close to that with effects makeup.
He doesn't know what that means.
Surely he knows what makeup is.
Yeah, he knows what makeup is, don't worry.
I see. My apologies for coming at an inopportune time.
Your mother is back at our little manor. Your mother is quite a strong woman. She can handle riling some soldiers.
My mother!
Your mother is not at the castle.
Oh.
But, he does say, I have to be here with, He stops.
With who?
You deserve to see her. I suppose you could call her your sister.
Hallow stiffens.
And he opens a door to, a side room, kind of like a miniaturized ballroom, almost. And there in, like, at the end of this room is a glass casket or coffin. It's like a Sleeping Beauty type thing.
Oh my god, they fucking Snow Whited her.
Oh my god, they Snow Whited that woman.
Was that Snow White?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Snow White's the one who gets the glass coffin.
Okay. And I think Latismus just says, she's not long for this world, I'm afraid.
Hallow walks up to the coffin very slowly.
Man, wouldn't it suck if you knew exactly who did this?
It'd be so crazy if he was standing right behind us.
You need a second, Hallow? Lily's kind of got like her hand on Hollow's shoulder. She's trying to be supportive, man. She's out of her depth here.
This is some crazy shit is going on in Hallow's Eve Venison's life. Hallow places her hand like on the glass. The only thing that she can say is, "What is her name?"
Therese.
I think she turns to look at him. Is that my name too?
I don't think we ever told you your name before we had to swap you out.
Did I have one?
It was Therese.
What does Therese look like?
She looks almost exactly like you, just without the monstrous features.
No antlers.
You know, like long black hair, kind of like thinnish face.
It's like looking in a very strange mirror.
You have seen Therese once before, back when you were inside the Joint Mother. You had a vision of this place.
I recall. Was it this ballroom?
Let's say yes. It was this very ballroom.
I see.
Millie, what are you doing during this? I will say that Jean's been kind of hanging back. No, hold on, no, I've got a better idea. Jean, I think, actually does come up next to you and is like, puts his hand on the glass and is like gazing down at Therese's face.
Ooh.
Millie is standing like right behind Hallow with like her hand on her shoulder. She doesn't really know what to do, so she's just kind of trying to be supportive.
I'll give you something, actually, Millie. From what you've heard so far, you heard that this is some kind of, I don't know if you know the details, this is some kind of like, maybe some kind of weird fae illness. Would you like to roll Investigate a Mystery for me? I mean, you are a healer after all.
She is human.
This is a human. That's 2d6 plus your sharp.
Alright.
A 7.
Mixed success.
A 5 and a 1 plus 1, that's 7. You get one question. This is just what I'm thinking you might ask. You can ask another one, but what can stop it from the phenomenon rules, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. First things first, you're going to need that book that Hallow has. That Hallow still has. What does this look like? Do you just, like, take it from her? Do you ask it from her? What does this look like?
Hey, Hallow.
Yes.
Can I borrow that book of yours? I just want to look through it. Curious, you know?
Oh, alright. I believe you should be able to read it. She hands her the tome.
Yoink!
Jean kind of, like, has a hand around your arm, and it just kind of, like, tightens.
Around my arm?
Yes, your arm.
Oh.
He's keeping a cool head. You get the feeling he didn't want you to do that.
Okay.
Lily does not notice this at all.
So here's what you learn, right, Millie? You flip through this book. This looks like a Jean Connerknock's curse, a love talker.
That's so crazy. Jean Connerknock sounds a lot like Jean Connerknock.
Don't worry about it. And what has effectively happened here is that this curse happens when one of these Jean Connocks decide to elope with another human, make them fall in love, and they will feast off of that love and then leave. And over the course of an indeterminate amount of time, it kind of depends on the human's own inner willpower, they will slowly die of a broken heart.
I see.
And in order to prevent this from happening, one must perform what's known as a heart transplant. In cruder terms, you have to cut out the offending Connerknock's heart and transplant it into the human.
Oh.
No!
Yes.
I see! Oh,
No!
I see! Oh, I see! I am seeing!
So,
No!
so what you're saying, Flux, is that the monster for this hunt has been right with us the entire time.
Well,
No!
to tell you the truth, this is more of a sub-monster.
Oh.
The real
That's even more
monster
concerning.
is war.
John is a sub?
No, I'll be up front. The Winter Legion is the main monster of this hunt.
Oh, it is war.
Mm-hmm. I'll just be completely upfront with you that, there's kind of two things happening at once here. The winter, incursion as well as what's happening with, Therese. What you guys do with it is up to you. Like, I'm not going to force you guys to kill Jean. Maybe she just goes, and that's what happens. We play to find out what happens.
I had a premonition, and I got one experience riding on that heart transplant.
Fiona!
A single experience, huh?
The one,
Fiona!
Well, to be fair though, Fiona, you and Midas don't know about this in character yet.
Nope. I'll tell you what side Midas is on, though.
No!
Well, we're gonna play it out and we'll see what happens. That's what you learn. Millie, what do you do?
Millie kind of looks up. I've already forgotten his damn name.
Latismus?
Latismus. Is he here?
Yes. He is kind of like stepped back in this room.
So do you know what's wrong with her?
I'm fairly certain that it is a Connerknock's curse, but
Yeah, I'm not an expert, but that's what it sounds like in the fucking book.
we launched an attack at the household of said Connerknock. It didn't go well. We didn't find him, and we certainly didn't make friends with the Winter Court for that act of aggression, but to be fair, they did strike first.
Hallow understands very quickly why Jean did not want her to give Millie that book.
So, Millie's like clicking her tongue.
I think Latismus just says, well, that's partially why I said that, you didn't really have very good timing here, what do you call yourself?
Hallow.
Hallow. The Winter Court and its legion are going to be here soon, I'm certain of it. You should leave before that happens.
She's still looking at Therese.
She looks very serene, and I think, just as a reminder, you do also see that sort of, like, purplish, blackish, almost like onyx dagger that she has, like, clutched to her chest.
Why does she have that?
It is a dagger of cold iron. Consider it symbolic protection. I think at this point, Jean also is like, this is very dour. Do you mind if we step outside? And Latisme just says, as you are. And Jean kind of, like, grabs you by the wrist and drags you outside of the door.
Okay.
Millie hurries after them.
I was about to say, he doesn't care about Millie, though.
I think, he begins to talk and then he looks at you, Millie, and just says, Millie, was it? Do you mind if Hallow and I have a private talk for, 2 minutes?
Sure. Millie is so gonna try to eavesdrop on this.
I'm debating whether this is a skill roll or if this should just happen because it's more dramatic.
I think it's dramatic. I like it.
Okay, yeah, you eavesdrop as, Jean just says, you've heard the man, Hallow, we need to leave.
I don't know why I came here. I learned my name, but...
Listen, I'll let you ask your questions, but we need to leave. It is not safe here.
For us?
Yes, for us. I don't want to see you getting hurt, Hallow. He gives you a little smile.
You can't hurt me.
Yes, but did you hear your father? Ugh, father, what a joke. A Winter Court Legion is coming.
Do you not know them?
I don't believe it would be wise for me to assume my true form.
What do you look like?
You've seen me partially.
She holds her arms out.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have one of those?
One of what?
A true form.
I imagine given a little bit more time, you will shed your more humanistic form and look probably more like your mother than your father, but...
Do you know what she looks like?
I believe she also has a deer skull.
Hallow nods. Do you not want to save her?
Why would I want to save her?
Did you not love her?
It's more complicated than that, Hallow. You need to remember, I don't understand you. That man in there swapped you out without a moment's notice. She lived the life that you were supposed to live. I don't understand why you don't hate her. Why you don't want to see her go. Maybe if she went, you could take her place.
It is not her fault.
Life is full of mishappenings that are not anyone's fault. That is simply the nature of the way things are. And I'm sorry, Hallow, that this person that, might I remind you, you've never met before, got the blunt end of a stick, but if that's the way things should be, then so be it.
I simply do not want anybody else to get hurt.
You're naive, Hallow. Just go and ask your questions of your father.
You won't come with me?
Do you want me to come with you?
I would like it if you did.
Very well, then. He steps back. Millie, how do you feel?
Bad?
Bad!
Yeah?
Millie does not like the tone that Jean was taking with her friend.
I think we're going to cut there and move back to Neville and Midas.
Neville is just standing outside of the bathroom, waiting for Midas to step out.
That is such a well-maintained bathroom. Like, I honestly like a top 10 bathroom. Honestly, you guys know what you're doing.
You guys see about 5 or 6 of these soldiers, very hurriedly rushing past you.
Uh-oh.
Huh.
Oh God.
What do you do?
I'm gonna go.
That's
see
not
where
our
they're headed
problem.
off to.
Oh, we have conflicting,
Well, Neville, if you want to run off and go do whatever you like, you're certainly free to. But
Dude, it's a war. We're not fairies. We're just guys. We are just men. Just regular men.
We're just normal men.
yeah. But I mean, if I'm gonna get myself involved in whatever I can.
Do you just do this often? You see something weird happening and you throw yourself into it?
Neville, I went into that hotel knowing that there was fucked up shit in there.
What?
You think I stumbled into an abandoned hotel?
Well, I did.
Yeah.
And then a gnome attacked me.
I would like to remind you, Neville, of your hunter agenda.
Right.
Just putting that out there.
I just pull Neville aside. I don't like whatever it is like that's going on here. Whatever is happening, I'm not a fan of it. I don't appreciate it. I would like it to stop. It is my business to get into other people's business.
Okay, but there's already weird stuff happening back in our realm. Ah, fine. But only because this is for Hallow.
What, do you got a crush on her or something?
No.
No, I'm just... What? No.
Neville
No.
starts walking away quickly.
No, Neville.
Neville starts...
You're joking,
Neville is
right?
moving. Neville is gone. You're going to have to follow Neville.
Okay, I'm following Neville now. Neville's going after the soldiers.
Neville is going,
Huh?
Neville
This
is gone.
conversation's not happening. The soldiers? Yeah, that seems cool.
You follow the soldiers outside of the palace. It looks to you, judging from both, like, your own eyes and, like, the babblings from the soldiers that you've heard, that a forward battalion has not attacked, but set up camp a little bit of the ways outside of the castle.
Ooh, that does not look good.
You just see, well, if you thought that the summer court fairies looked weird.
Oh, these winter court guys are some real weirdos.
I imagine the winter court to be sort of like, the one full Unseelie fae that we've seen was just kind of like a jumble of arms.
Yeah.
If the summer court is very dry, I imagine the winter court to be very, like, wet and fleshy.
Gross.
Just kind of like body part based.
Fun.
And you can just imagine your own weird Unseelie designs from there. But that is what you see a little bit of a ways outside of the Bailey. What do you do?
Man, that's really bad, Neville. Like, I don't like our odds with this one. I don't think I've had to fight like a battalion before.
Because we have to fight them.
This seems like a fight is going to happen, man. I mean, like, you haven't been in this business as long as I have. I can smell a fight a-brewing.
Okay, but I know we're supposed to hunt monsters, but aren't we technically the monsters here? Didn't Scooby-Doo teach us that the real monster is humanity?
Shut the fuck up.
I remember being on Scooby-Doo.
Are you saying that...
Anyways.
No. Yeah, fine.
No.
We're just gonna go past that.
No, this was a canon thing we established in, like...
This is established in episode 1.
This was the backstory of one of the ties.
This was in an episode of Guess Who, Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo Guess Who.
Yeah.
Oh, I love a good callback. Anyways, what are you guys doing? Or saying, if you want to continue this debate?
Are you saying I'd pull out my rifle and start firing now?
Jesus Christ, no, don't do that. Oh my god. Oh my
Oh.
god, no, Neville, don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Might be in our best interest to perhaps arm ourselves, though.
I mean, these are fairies, right? They get hurt, like, by, what was it, stainless steel?
Were you... Iron. Were you smart enough to bring iron bullets?
I mean, do you want to ask one of these soldiers around for, like, anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're not trying to kill them.
Yeah, he's gonna go up to the most normal guy. The most normal-looking guy here. Hey, this is gonna sound weird, but it's like that thing about, iron hurting you guys real.
I think this soldier who... Okay, I need to figure out what this guy's name is. No, this guy's name is Tongue. I was trying to think of, like, a muscle grouping, and I was like, Tongue's the strongest muscle.
Commander Tongue.
Commander Tongue.
Oh, is he a commander? Yeah, Commander Tongue.
If he's the toughest muscle, why isn't he the commander?
Oh, you're right. Commander Tongue just says, human, well, it's kind of like that. We do have iron weapons, but, fighting with the Fae is, it's a little bit of a complicated thing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we just asked because very obviously you were all about to go to war, and I don't like my odds of being able to, like, get out of here fast enough.
Actually, you know what? Roll me to investigate a mystery.
Okay.
I think Neville should do it because Neville's the one who is taking the lead in this conversation.
Okay.
Well,
Neville.
that's a plus sharp. That's what I have a +2 on, and it's not like my last +2 was a perfect snake eyes.
Yeah, it'll work great.
Yeah, let's take a look.
9.
Okay.
9.
The snake only has one eye.
You get one question on a 7 to 9 with investigating a mystery.
Obviously, what can hurt it?
For most things, normal iron should be fine, though I am worried about the general over there. He points to a figure off in the distance, that, appears to be riding something. You're a bit too, far away to tell for sure, Midas.
Okay.
We're trying to grab some cold iron for that.
You putting iron in the freezer?
Tongue just, like, chuckles at you and says, a common misconception, but no. Cold iron more means iron from the sky. You would likely call it meteorite.
Oh. Just in sync. Oh.
When it's forged, it has this kind of like dark blackish purplish color.
I've seen meteorites before. God, I would have... No, I don't have that anymore. I used to have a meteor. Little piece of one that I got from a gift shop.
Her dagger is made of cold iron.
Well, we'll get there.
We don't know about the dagger, though.
Yeah, you guys don't know about that yet.
I know about the dagger. I saw it.
Oh, you did see it in your premonition. Well, let me continue. Let me continue to cook here for a second. Could I ask of you a favor?
Certainly.
You two are humans, correct?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Would you be willing to act as envoy?
For, like, making a peace treaty sort of thing?
Or at the very least, gaining information from them. They likely have their own diplomats, but, well, we're kind of run short here.
They're not going to harm us, right?
Well, you two look like you have a pretty good set of legs on you.
I'm not going to say no, because...
Well, there's rules of engagement to this kind of thing. If you come back and you really do decide that you want to help us, then maybe we can, let you into our armory.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh, yeah.
But only if you
Come
do
back-
this for us.
Okay, right.
Commander Tongue just gives like a full-bellied laugh and is like, "Oh, I haven't worked with humans in quite a while. It really always astounds me how much a human is willing to walk in straight into the fire with just a simple ask."
I mean, I work with, this kind of stuff all the time. I am very, very strange.
Oh, do
I
you?
don't really know what else to do, I'll admit.
I was fighting a time monster earlier this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can the fairies see Selenus?
That'd be funny.
Do you think the fairies should see Selenus Midas?
I don't, like... Well, first of all, I want to ask, does the rest of the group still see him after the stuff with the other...
No, I think that wore off.
I don't
Sad.
know if they'd see him or not.
Let's just say no for now. Because one of the features that you picked on your character sheet for your Guardian was that they were invisible.
Yes, like only
And I want to
see
stay
him.
true to that. I want to stay true to that. I want to, like, not scam you.
I mean, I've got like an invisible guy that just fucking follows me around.
Wow.
Oh yeah, your weird shadow self.
You've met him!
I know. That's why I said, oh yeah.
You could probably meet him again if we went back to the motel, but I don't feel like going there right now.
It's okay. I too have an invisible servant to hold my things.
Do you actually, or are you just pulling my leg?
He moves over. It's what would Tongue have? Let's say a battle hammer. And just kind of gives it, and it falls to the ground, and then just kind of like shakily starts rising.
Sorry, I was just imagining the warhammer getting up like it's one, like it's got the little cartoon legs.
I think you just hear please take your weapon back, sir.
Oh my god.
Your invisible servant seems so small.
Pages. I'm sure he'll grow up to be big and strong like his knights, like me.
Oh, my guy's like my sized.
He looks exactly like him, but like
He's
shadow.
He looks exactly like he's like negative.
If we let you in the armory, we'll find a weapon for you. He says this kind of condescendingly.
All right, man. Hey, look, I've dealt with maybe not a whole military convoy, but I've dealt with some bad shit.
Well, good luck, don't die.
Midas is heading off towards the enemy in camp.
Let's move back to Hallow and Millie.
Okay.
You guys were heading back into that ballroom?
We were, but I actually wanted Hallow to ask Jean one last question.
Okay.
Jean,
Hmm?
can I ask you one more thing?
Yes.
She tilts her head. May I have your name?
I think Jean just whispers, "That's not going to work on me, Hallow.
I want to know it.
I can identify myself to you if that is what you truly desire."
She nods. Millie probably feels like she's fucking, like, watching something she shouldn't.
Is Millie still
Yeah.
eavesdropping? This is definitely a conversation that Jean is trying to hide.
Oh yeah, she's listening.
Well, maybe he shouldn't be having it while Millie's still right behind them, walking.
Oh, they're not. They stepped away.
My name in the Winter Court is Happily Ever After. Does that answer your question?
I think so.
Good, let's make this quick now, won't we? I'm quite nervous of that war.
I suppose she nods, and they walk back to the ballroom.
Latismus is still in the ballroom. He has gone towards the coffin again and is just kind of like looking down at it.
May I ask you a few questions before we leave?
You're asking this to Latismus?
Yes.
Latismus just nods and just says, "As you are."
What happened to me?
You were cursed by a horrible being.
Tell me about it.
We were at a ball. We were celebrating your birth, actually. Me and your mother. And Seelie and Unseelie, winter and summer alike, were there. I'll tell you one thing, they do love their balls. And I made a faux pas, and I regret it every day of my life.
What did you do?
To tell you the truth, I was talking with your mother, who was to my left side, and also to this Unseelie general, who was straight in front of me. And I felt my nose perk up a little bit. I was in my glamour form, you must understand. And so I accidentally let out a sneeze into my left shoulder instead of my right shoulder. The left side is the sinister side, you must understand, and the general took it as a grave insult against him.
I think Hallow just stares at him wordlessly for a moment.
I apologize. It came quicker than I could react to.
That is it?
I'm sure that you wouldn't understand growing up on Earth, but the left side is the sinister side, and it was an incredible cultural faux pas for the Unseelie court.
Hallow kind of looks at Jean for, like, confirmation on, is he for real?
Jean just kind of says, probably his first time speaking in front of Latismus, just says, "From what I know of the Winter Court, that sounds about right. A lot of strange traditions from my limited experience interacting with them." Latismus is not suspicious, he just kind of nods.
God, Jean's funny.
And I think he just says, "Hallow, I wanted to keep you, I really did, but an Unseelie curse, the political ramifications of that would be dire is an understatement. We tried to find the best home that we could."
You... Millie and Jean will both notice that Hallow has balled her fists and has begun shaking a little bit. You gave me away, and yet you hold on to her, despite the situations.
It was the best that we could do. Our hands were tied by that general. I think Jean just kind of, like, grabs at your wrist from behind and is like, "Hallow, I don't do anything rash, please." What is Millie doing?
Millie is mostly just listening. Her eyes are, like, darting between the three of them. She doesn't really know what to do here. She knows that she doesn't trust Jean as far as she could throw him after overhearing that conversation, but she's also not sure how to feel about Latismus either. The only side she knows she's on right now is Hollow's.
Hallow?
Why is it different? You are going to war for her, but not for me?
We were still a burgeoning family when this happened. If we tried to mount an attack, we would practically be gutted like fish. We tried to go to war against an assassin, not a general.
I came to figure out what happened to me.
And I am so glad that I get to see you again. I really am, Hallow. I've mourned you every day of my life.
You replaced me.
We, your mother and I had to do what we had to do. Do you think you would have had a good life here?
Do you think I had a good life there?
I think he doesn't answer that one.
Listen, Hallow's been battling this curse with no support for so long.
I had to hurt so many people.
Do you know what that's like for her? She's such a sweet girl. You should know that better than anyone.
I think Jean's going in on this too. He's just like, "You should be ashamed of yourself." He sounds genuine. For what it's worth, both Hallow and Millie, he does genuinely sound like he means it. You care more about your political standing than an actual real... This is your daughter! Latismus takes a deep breath in, deep breath out, and just says, "I will not be hearing this any longer. I made my decision, and it is my role as a leader to stand by it. If you need anything, you may call on one of the stewards of this palace. Otherwise, I am not going to stand here and take insults. You are dismissed."
So you're going to send her away with no way to fix it?
He doesn't answer you. He just, like, walks over and rings a bell. And a steward's just like, "Hello there! What can I do for you?"
Know anything about fixing horrible blood curses?
"Maybe I do, maybe I don't."
Piss off.
I think Latissimus just says, that one is a royal, take care of them, but this coterie cannot stay here. And, this figure is just like, okie dokie, come with me.
I think it is worth mentioning that Hallow is definitely crying right now.
You think I'm leaving her alone right now? Millie snaps at the steward and she's like,
You three can stay together.
gripping at Hollow's arm.
Oh, please don't make me use force.
Why do I imagine this guy just looks kind of like a bellboy?
Yeah, sure. He has a goat. He has a goat skull and he has a bellboy cap on.
That's hilarious.
Poor little guy.
And, Latissimus just says, Robin, see them out now. And this figure, apparently named Robin, just is like, please don't make this hard.
Wow, Hollow, your dad kinda sucks.
Damn, Hallow, your dad kinda sucks. Hallow doesn't say anything, but she does start towards the door.